What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This, once again, is Scott Porter back for a brand new Marvel HeroClix unboxing series. This time for the brand new HeroClix set, Spider-Man Beyond Amazing. Bum, 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 Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Ooh, we fancy, huh? We got an intro video now. We got all the screens working behind us. Once again, I am at Hyper RPG Studios in Studio City, California, and I'm out here for a very special reason. I get to bring you some HeroClix goodness. A brand new unboxing series, 5 days long, where we unbox all 10 of these boosters, 2 at a time, day to day, with some bonus content every single day. Like today, we'll do the Dice and Tokens pack, as well as 2 of these awesome boosters. If you've never seen one of these unboxing series before, welcome. If you have, then you know the deal. We're gonna jump right in. It's like Christmas morning. We always get to open up one of these really cool bricks of a set that has not come out yet. This set is scheduled to have a pre-release, I think, on the 15th of March, with the actual set releasing on the 29th of March. So we are well ahead of schedule as far as that goes. So we're going to get sneak peeks for all you HeroClix fans out there today. We've got a little bit of a different setup. You're going to see some new camera work. Woo! We got Joe back there on the 1s and 2s helping us out. Everybody give him a round of applause that he'll never hear. Let him know in the comment section how well he did today. But let's start by looking at the outside of one of the boosters, like we always do. Okay. All right. On the front here, we've got the iconic Spider-Man swinging through. You know, I love the box art for HeroClix. I have some old, like, signed posters. I don't know if you guys ever have seen this, but at like old Comic-Cons and stuff, they used to actually sell like signed posters, whether it was Finch's artwork or Ryan Sook's artwork, and I have a couple of those actually signed. So the box art looks awesome. He's swinging through. On the side here, we've got Carnage style heroes. Now, we've had a lot of Venomized heroes in HeroClix. Here we have Carnage Rocket Raccoon, Carnage Iron Man, we got a Carnage Thor, we got the man himself in the middle here. On the other side, Return of the Sinister Six. Now, this is the original Sinister Six. All right, there's been a lot of iterations, whether it's Superior Foes of Spider-Man or Sandman's Sinister Six, or the Sinister Syndicate, which, you know, balloons to 12 members. But this has Vulture, Sandman, Doc Ock, Electro, Mysterio, and Kraven, and I'm sure that's Sergey, not his kid. Wow, that's awesome. And on the back of the box, now, usually, we know Chase's from the back of the box, and it's not Spidey, it's Gwen. It looks like it's Gwen-themed. I think there was in Gwen Stacy #1, just a couple of years ago, I think there was a Gwengers, like splash page, and they were fighting like a Green Goblin robot or something like that, and it was all Gwen as the Avengers. There was like a Gwen Hulk. This looks to be a Gwen Captain America. So this may very well be our Chase for this particular set. Now, when you're talking about Spider-Man as a whole, he's touched every corner of the Marvel Universe. So what do we expect in this set? Is there any particular books that we should read? There's never been a series called Beyond Amazing. So I think this is just going to be like a big celebration of Spider-Man over time, but that's just my guess. That being said, I think we just start cracking these boosters open. Like I said, March 15th for the pre-release, March 29th, I believe, for the actual set release. So call your local comic book shops and your local gaming stores and see if you can get some ordered for yourself and see when they're running that event so you can get your hands on this as quickly as possible. All right. I don't really know what to expect. I really don't. Like I said, we'll do the Dice and Tokens pack today. But later this week on day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5, we're going to talk about 2 play-at-home kits that they have for this set, one with Miles and one with Peter Parker Spidey. We also have the miniatures game, which is always awesome to look at for me because it has scenarios for newer players as well as existing players, a different way to play the game, and a really strong way to teach new players how to play. And that's what we want to do, right? We want to grow the game. So let's pick these up and share them with our friends. And then legacy cards on day 5. There is a legacy card on the top of this particular brick, and it's taped on pretty well. But legacy cards, I'll let you know which ones that you should probably look to pick up. So yeah, legacy card. I just ripped it off. Look at, gosh, this is like a vault. They are securing this more than anything in the world to the top of the. I had to take this thing and chop through 4 rows of tape there. All right. Anyway, legacy cards on day 5. So that's a little roadmap of what you're going to get. Let's see what we have today. Now, like I said, prior and almost every unboxing that I've done, I love to open on a certain side. I usually pull a super rare, maybe something fun, maybe a chase, maybe a prime, who knows. Let's take a look today, though. What do we have? All right. No super. Oh, yes, we do have a super rare. First booster super rare. Gotta love that. All right. First man is sometimes good guy, sometimes bad guy, Sandman. We've also got Miles himself. I love that sculpt with Miles. He's pulling his mask up so you can see his face. We've got Boomerang, underrated Spider-Man villain. For a long time, he was just a joke, but Superior Foes of Spider-Man really made me love him. And then we have the Punisher. But Punisher, this is definitely a Blades, Claws, Fangs style Punisher. Fans of HeroClix who have been playing for a long time, you've seen a lot of different iterations of Punisher. Some with alternate weaponry. This seems like a very melee blade-centric one. And then we have our super rare for today, and that is Spider-Man Noir. Look at that. That is awesome. All right, where are we going to start? I feel like for this particular set, since we have Sinister Six on the outside of the booster, I want to start with Sandman. Sometimes good guy, sometimes bad guy, leader of his own Sinister Six. There is Sandman for you. Take a look at that sculpt while I am looking at the card, which we'll bring up for you right now. Sandman is set number 11. He has Avengers, Frightful Four, and Sinister Syndicate keywords. He has a Rally Die trait, Super Senses, traded. When Sandman uses it, after resolutions, generate a hindering terrain marker. Free. Remove one of Sandman's Rally Dice to place him in a square with one of his hindering terrain markers. If you do, remove the marker and heal him 1 click. He also has Sandstorm, which is a special attack power, giant reach of 2, Quake, and Poison. Now, these cards look a lot different. They're new. They're fresh. You can notice that the flavor text is gone, but that allows you to have a little bit of a bigger font and to understand a little bit more clearly everything that the character can do without having to squint as much. You see the Rally Die there. There's a breakdown of what Rally Die does. You can see that he has a red Rally Die, so it only works on opposing attack rolls where he can grab one of those rolls. You see the Sinister Syndicate team ability there. You can see his real name and his appearance at the bottom. His dial is going to have Charge, Plasticity, Poison, Invulnerability, Regen, Close Combat Expert, and Exploit Weakness. So there we go. Sandman. Really cool start to the run. All right, let's switch to another villain, I guess. We'll go with Boomerang next. Here is what the sculpt looks like. And here is his card. Okay, Boomerang, Masters of Evil, Sinister Syndicate, and Thunderbolts keywords. He's set number 28. He comes in at 60 or 45 points. His Rally Die works on a 6 for an opposing attack roll. Once per turn, when Boomerang makes a ranged attack after resolutions, you may remove one of his Rally Dice to make a ranged attack targeting a single different opposing character. A special attack power, what goes around comes around. Once per turn, when Boomerang would miss a ranged attack by 2 or less, you may re-roll that attack roll, which would be awesome for me because my nickname at tournaments is Mr. One Less. I always end up rolling a 6 if I need a 7 or a 4 if I need a 5. So Boomerang could be my best friend. If you look at the back of his card, you see once again how Rally Die work. You see his Sinister Syndicate team ability. When this character makes an attack, you may replace its attack value with the printed value of an adjacent friendly character that can use this team ability. He's got some 11s. He's got a 12 on his last click as far as his combat stats go. So I like Boomerang a lot. You know, for a long time, Boomerang was kind of like a joke kind of villain. I'm going to start tossing the villains over here. Him and Sandman, they can go over here. With superior foes of Spider-Man, and I love when writers who really understand a character or really love a character like build them out a little bit just in their dialogue. And there was one scene where I think it's Boomerang talking to, I believe Doc Ock was still living in Peter Parker's body at the time, but he's talking to Spider-Man, and he says, yeah, do you know why I'm Boomerang? Because when I was pulled into this criminal organization, they heard my accent and they were like, oh, you're Australian. We'll give you a boomerang. And he goes, that's what I hate about this country, is all you do is cast assumptions and boil somebody down to whatever you saw in the latest movie or read in the latest book about where they might be from. And apparently the guy that gave me a boomerang had just seen Crocodile Dundee or something along those lines. He's like, that's why we hate America. That's why we hate it. Because all you think of when you think of Australians is boomerangs. And he goes, thank God I wasn't made Kangaroo Man, I think is the last line. And it kind of really, I love that Frederick Myers got to kind of like voice his story, why I am this silly villain, Boomerang, using only boomerangs to commit crimes. It just was a very cool moment to me because it built out that character. Anyway, let's move on and let's look at Punisher next. All right, everybody knows Frank Castle. Terrible story of how he became the Punisher, the loss of his family, his wife, his kids. He's out to get revenge and more. Great sculpt there, but like I said, definitely going to be bladesing it up, or it looks like he should be. Let's look at a card. He's set number 42. He comes in at 75 points, no second line. He's got Marvel Knights, the Hand, Assassin, Martial Artist, and Soldier. Oh, this is the Hand Punisher. Let's go. A power that defies death itself. Leadership, Mastermind, Stealth. When the Punisher uses leadership and succeeds, you may instead generate, this is awesome, a Hand Ninja on click number 1, or Beyond Amazing, Spider-Man Beyond Amazing, set number 21, Hand Ninja on click number 1. If a 6 was rolled, you may generate both instead. Oh, that's awesome. Get your ninjas. Get your ninjas stacked up, y'all. He's also got a special attack power, Answer My Question, Blades, Claws, Fangs, Penetrating Psychic Blast, or Pick Up Your Gun, which is a special damage power, Empower Ranged Combat Expert. He's got Masters of Evil. This is a Punisher unlike any of the ones that we have seen before. This is really cool. And look at the logo on his chest. Yes, he's got the Hand the Demon there on his chest. Very, very cool. Super excited about this Punisher. Wow. He's got a brand new book actually out this year, so I'm definitely setting him over there. Quick drink real quick. What is in Scott Porter's cup today? Today I have a delicious iced pistachio latte. Yeah, I'm fancy, huh? I figured a fancy drink for a day where we're doing fancy new things for everybody out there in the viewing audience. Why not? But I do it with oat milk and only 1 pump of the syrup because, you know, I gotta try and keep the sugar out of the baddie. Anyway, I leave that for the sodas, which, you know, come day 3 or day 4, I might be switch it up a little bit. Let's go to Miles Morales next. Everybody loves Miles. He's got a great little sculpt here. You can see he's pulling his mask up over his head. I love the action of that, even though it's a static pose. And you can also see just how intricate all of the spider logo and all the detail of his suit are. You can see it all there. It's really, really cool. But I love that it's giving a little bit of action to an otherwise very static pose. Miles Morales, take a look at his card here. Set number 16, comes on at 50 or 25 points. Avengers, Champions, Shield, Spider-Man family. He's got a trait, wall crawler, Leap, climb, free. Place this character in a square of different elevation within 4 squares in line of fire. Okay, this is going to be big because there were some big rules changes that just happened, and he's going to be taking advantage of that a little bit, I believe. Adaptive camouflage, sidestep, and stealth is a special movement power, which you can see there in the middle of his dial. He's got some energy shield deflection, some range combat expert. Let's look at the back of the card. Spider-Man team ability. Now, I'm just going to read this once because it's brand new. Spider-Man used to be basically a wild card. Now, wild cards are team players only. Spider-Man now is this: super senses, but only succeeds on a 6. If this character can already use super senses, instead increase the result of its roll for super senses by +1. Okay, let's take a look at the front of his card one more time. Flip it back the other way. You see there's no super senses there on him, so he's going to be super sensing only on a 6. But if he had super senses on the dial, it would be super duper senses, and he'd be registering that on a 4, 5, or 6. Miles Morales came over from the Ultimate Universe, of course, was the star of his own Spider-Man film, and Miles is pretty much everybody's favorite now, including my son. My son wants so badly the Jordans from Into the Spider-Verse. They never made them for kids his size. I have the Miles Jordans. I wish they would have made them in kids. Maybe I'll have to get him a custom pair of something for his birthday. You know, big special gift or whatever. Man, yeah, 7 years old and he's already loving Jordans. I am in trouble, folks. I am in trouble. Okay, this is really exciting because we don't only have Spider-Man Noir here, we also have a mystery card that I think came with Spider-Man Noir because it has an image of him on the back. That's really cool. Okay, let's take a look at Spider-Man Noir. Spider-Man Noir has Spider-Man family, detective, past, and spy keywords. He's set number 54, comes in at 75 points. Has a trait: I'll take the case, Doc. Generate a bystander on this card that hasn't already been generated this game. Bystanders generated by Spider-Man Noir gain his keywords: Spider-Man family, detective, past, and spy. Another trait: wall crawler. Yep, okay. Looks like a lot of the spiders are going to have this wall crawler trait. It's going to be a shared, well, not a shared trait in that they're not bouncing off each other, but they're all going to have it. Man, I just look at that sculpt as it's twisting there. It looks so good. Anyway, all right, wall crawler. Leap, climb, free. Place this character in a square of different elevation within 4 squares and line of fire. You see some improved targeting there. On the back, you see he has a special movement power. Things are getting dark. I can feel it. Flurry, sidestep, and stealth. Oh, this is awesome. He has 2 bystanders there, Checkpoint Red and Huri, that they can spawn. This is really cool. Now, of course, Into the Spider-Verse used Spider-Man Noir, but he has been around in the books for a very long time. Shattered Dimensions, Spider-Man Noir #1 there. So definitely go back and read some of the stuff. If you like the character in the film, but you've never really read the books, he is an awesome character to dig deeper into. You see the relationships, you see how he evolves, you see the world that he is from, and it's all really cool. Spider-Man Noir, there you go. And we did get a mystery card, which we just saw introduced in the Distinguished Competition's latest set. This, I think, comes with Spider-Man Noir. This is really cool. Mystery of the Strange Cube. Keywords: detective and Spider-Man family, which Spider-Man Noir is both. Clue effect: web warriors. When a friendly character with a listed keyword uses super senses and succeeds, after resolutions, gain 1 clue token. Suspect: costs 4 clue tokens. So you gain your clue tokens, and then you can spend them for these special powers. Suspect 4. At the beginning of your turn, choose a friendly character and roll a d6. Until your next turn, opposing characters adjacent to that character can't use powers of the corresponding color. On a 1, it's orange. On a 2, it's yellow. On a 3, it's blue. On a 4, it's green. On a 5, it is red. And on a 6, it looks like it's special. Is that silver or white? I can't really tell. It might be special powers or it might be silver. And then the last one that you have there is case closed. When you use this mystery card, suspect effect, instead roll 2d6 and choose 1 for yourself. That costs 8. And I'll show you the back of the mystery card here. It explains how mystery cards work. Now, just like in the old days, you can always pause. You can always take a look at it, read it yourself. I will read it for you just once in case there are other mystery cards in the set. During force construction, you may include any number of mystery cards on your sideline. Well, not any number, because there are sideline limits that have been put into play now. But that being said, All mystery cards are unique. Each mystery card has a list of keywords and a clue effect that allows that card to gain clue tokens. When a clue effect is triggered, place a clue token on the card. If multiple mystery cards have the same named clue effect, you may only place a clue token on one of those cards when the named clue effect is triggered. So if you have a bunch of clue effects that all work on super sentences being rolled successfully, you may only choose one to gain that token. Each mystery card has effects that may be used while the number of clue tokens on that card is equal to or greater than the number listed in parentheses next to that effect. All clue effects and named effects have sideline active. There you go. Mystery cards making their way into Marvel. I think that's the first time. That's pretty cool. All right. Second booster. We're going to start moving a little bit quicker here. There was some really exciting stuff there. Spider-Man Noir was a really fun, super rare to pull. I love Sandman being able to heal himself and being able to pop through pieces of his sand as well. Ooh, we got some bubble wrap in this one. Let's see who we have. We have Spider-Gwen, which we all knew we were going to be getting. We have Black Cat. Man, Black Cat. Isn't there a book out there that never got finished? Kevin Smith, I think, was writing a Spider-Man Black Cat. Am I right? Tell me in the comment section if I'm remembering that correctly. I never finished it, so I don't really remember it at this point. We've got Spiderling. That's a really cool addition. Annie Mae Parker, that's the daughter of Mary Jane and Peter Parker in Battle World during Secret Wars. Really, really cool. And then we've got a Kingpin, and man, he looks awesome. Very, very imposing, just like he is in the books. Okay, I'm going to pop these cards open and take a look at, yeah, we have these really interesting little card fillers now that we have here. Oh, shoot, this is cool. This one is a checklist. Do you remember in the old days of HeroClix? I don't know if you do. Here, I'm going to have to show you an up-close shot of this, actually. I'm going to move these figures back and show you this real quick so you get a good look at it. Look at that. We got a little checklist. Remember, when we first started playing HeroClix, if you guys have been around for a while, we used to always get a checklist. And sometimes it was a little poster. Sometimes it was a little like paper fold out that would fold out like 8 times. And you can make sure you had the rookie and the experienced and the veteran of each of the pieces. So that's cool. So we're getting a little bonus like thing in every set. You know, we have the game finder, and then we had a really cool hint on how to use certain figures with each other and create some synergy. And now we have this checklist. That's cool. All right, let's start with, we've already seen Boomerang. I'm going to set him to the side. Let's start with Black Cat. Why not, huh? Felicia Hardy herself. Boom. Black Cat comes out to play. She has Heroes for Hire, Magia, Spider-Man, Spider-Man Family, and Martial Artist. She's another one of those characters that flip-flops. Good guy, bad guy, has been a hero, has been a villain. Really serves her own interests most of the time. Set number 9 comes in at 40 or 20 points. That's exciting. 20 points for that second line. You can see the line in between click number 3 and click number 4 is where the delineation of her 2 lines happens. She has a trait, How Unlucky. Giant reach of 2. Opposing characters within 4 squares have Safeguard, Friendly, Probability, Control. Interesting. Okay. On the back, you can see she has the Underworld team ability. Felicia Hardy has been around quite some time. Everybody knows who's Black Cat is. There you go. Team ability, she has the ability to carry character with her. She's got that giant reach for that whip of hers. Does some protected for probability control to make sure that yours are triggering. Very, very cool. I'm going to put her over on the bad guy side, though. Next, we'll go with another bad guy. We'll go with Kingpin. Another big old sculpt here. You can see he's got that big cane. You can see the eyebrows arched there. The stripes in the pants. Yeah, he looks awesome. Power Elite, Sinister Syndicate, The Hand, Politician, and Ruler. 37A. Ooh, we're going to get a prime of Kingpin. That's interesting. I wonder what prime we could get. My sparring partners don't always live long is a trait. Free. Turn the Kingpin's dial to the same click number of a different color. Ooh, I like this split dial Financier. Trait. The Kingpin and friendly characters within 6 squares are considered adjacent to each other for the purposes of the Sinister Syndicate team ability. Now that team ability is on the back. When this character makes an attack, you may replace its attack value with the printed value of an adjacent friendly character that can use this team ability, and he makes it so you don't have to be adjacent at all. That is really cool as long as you're within 6 squares of each other. He's got a special damage power, the Kingpin of Crime, leadership and outwit. When the Kingpin uses leadership and succeeds, you may instead generate a police officer on click number 1 to show how he's got the cops in his pocket. This is really cool. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, let's go back to the front of his card really quickly. I think there might be this really interesting concept of him working as the mastermind behind the scenes, the true Kingpin on those first 5 clicks. But when you get that second dial, now you've got charge. Now you've got this invulnerability. This is really, really cool. You show up at his office and he can put a whooping on you. But if you let him be behind the scenes, he can also hurt you in a much different way. And that leadership power he has on the back of his card only works on that that first half of the dial when he's working behind the scenes, and he can start generating police officers. That's really cool. I like this Kingpin a lot, and he's only 45 points. He's only 5 clicks long, but you're alternating between these two kinds of dials. He's a little bit more of a Swiss Army knife for what you need. And I think that first 5-click dial is really, really interesting. And he's also allowing the Sinister Syndicate team ability sharers that you have on the map. If you have a thematic team, Sinister Syndicate style, they can be sharing their attack values across squares. They don't have to be in adjacency. That's really, really cool. I like that Kingpin a lot. All right, let's move on to a Spiderling. Whoop. Annie Mae Parker. And now, if you read Secret Wars, there was a Battle World one that's based around Spider. Is it Spider Island? No, that's where all the heroes were spiders. Well, Peter Parker had kind of retired from being Spider-Man, but his daughter had inherited powers, and she was out fighting crime and actually got him, and this was more of a Spider-Man family situation, to start fighting crime again. And they teamed up to take down a villain called the Regent, which was really cool. Spiderling has Spider-Man family, keyword, set number 10. She's only 40 points. She has the wall crawler trait, which we've seen on a number of figures at this point. She has more wisecracks than my dad. Perplex. When Spiderling uses it to target an opposing character, after resolutions, roll a d6. On a roll of 5 or 6, give the target an action token. That's really cool. So she can perplex down an opposing character and token them at the same time. She's got some running shot. Remember, she's got the leap climb as a part of her trait, wall crawler. So she can be running, shotting all over the place. Changes of elevation don't really matter for her. Let's look at the back of the card. Spider-Man team ability, which is that new Super Senses variant of the Spider-Man team ability. Very, very cool. Now, I've mentioned that we have some new rules, right? There's going to be new terrain in the game. How do we get the terrain? I don't know. We've opened 2 boosters so far. I haven't seen any terrain tokens, so I'm not sure how we get the terrain tokens just yet. But elevated terrain, blocking terrain, we're going to have new terrain tokens that we can place instead of just the object tokens that we used to. And elevation is now accessible by any figure, regardless of if they have the flight symbol or they have leap climb. They don't need a stairwell to get up there. They can move up to a change of elevation, but they have to stop if they don't have anything that overrides them being able to move more. So improved movement, elevated, flying, leap climb, those things are going to allow you to move up onto elevated and keep on moving. If you don't have any of those things, say you're the Kingpin and you just want to get to the top of the building, well, he walks into the building, hits the elevator button, goes to the top, and then has to end his turn there, right? But he can get up onto that elevation to change his line of sight, to get him in range of certain characters, and you're going to be able to place that elevated terrain or that blocking terrain or those different terrain types on the map to use it strategically for yourself. Be careful though, because if opposing characters have super strength, they might be able to pick that up and move it and place it somewhere else. So there's going to be some moving terrain If you haven't seen the articles or you're really interested in seeing more, WizKids has great articles explaining all the rules changes up on the site currently. So terrain is going to be a big one, and being able to move through elevated terrain, which we think is going to be maybe a lot more present on maps because people are going to be placing it. Somebody that has the wall crawler trait is going to be able to take advantage of that really, really well, hopping from elevation to elevation. That's really, really cool and free, you know, just bloop. All right, Spider-Man's on this other building now, and we can get moving. So let's look at Spider-Gwen. It's the last figure for today before we open the dice and tokens pack and get out of here, guys. Spider-Gwen got that black, that pink, that teal, that really cool color combination. She has Spider-Man family and celebrity keywords. Set number 7 comes in at 50 points. No secondary line. Has that wall crawler trait. And with all this elevated terrain, that free place this character place. You see that is a very important delineation if you're newer in the game. You just get to place them into a square of different elevation within 4 squares and line of fire. That's really cool. They can be hopping from place to place for free before you even begin your actions. Drive-by webbing. Sidestep. This is a special movement power. When Spider-Gwen is given a move action after resolutions, you may give an action token to an opposing character she moved through during that action. She's got improved movement for characters there. You see she's got some outwit. She's got that drive-by webbing all the way down her dial on the back. You see the Spider-Man team ability and the other powers she has on her dial. Boom. Okay. That does it for all the figures that we pulled out of these 2 boosters today. And yes, Spider-Man family, very apparent. We are going to have a bunch of Spider-Man family heroes. That's awesome. Are we going to get Spider-Woman? Are we going to get Silk? Are we going to get more different variations of Miles? Or are we going to get Ben Reilly? Are we going to get Kane? Are we going to get Scarlet Spider? I don't know, but I would put money on the fact that we're going to get a lot of the Spider-Man family. And then the villains, really, really cool. I love the version of Punisher that we got. This is not a version that we've had yet in HeroClix. This leader of the hand, this assassin. This is really, really cool, that Punisher. Black Cat, Sandman, Boomerang, Kingpin. I can't wait. So yeah, I think this is going to be a catch-all. We're going to be dealing with a lot of Sinister Syndicate and a lot of Spider-Man family, and that's just that. What storylines they come from remain to be seen, but I'm very, very excited. Now, a way that we can get clues of what we might be seeing the rest of the way is through the Dice and Tokens pack. So let's see, we've got Spidey, we've got Rhino, we've got Green Goblin, we've got Dr. Octopus, we've got Spider-Gwen, and we've got Miles on here. We've also got these really cool dice, which I'll put down on the spinner in just a second so you can see it. But where we get the hints really is when we crack open the Dice and Tokens pack and we look at the back and see what, oh yes, oh boy, and see what clues we might be able to gather. Now, we already know bystanders that are going to be in the set because of Spider-Man Noir, right? With Fury and with Checkpoint Red, which is really cool. Parts of his storyline in the books. Go read. I would say go read some of the Spider-Man Noir stuff. It's really, really, really cool. Shattered Dimensions, all that stuff. And just his standalone book is a lot of fun. We knew from the outside of the box that we were going to get Mysterio. I'm going to hold these up for y'all so you can see, though. We got these Mysterio. Oh, there he goes. These Mysterio illusions. And we've got 3 of them, right? So 3 of those. I can show you Checkpoint Red and Fury. Boom. Which you've already seen. The other one is Penny Parker, which means, are we getting SPDR? Are we going to get the Spider-Bot? Yes, I think we are. And the fact that Penny is a bystander is really, really cool. You can see the back of the tokens here. They're all great. They pop really well. Good guys, the bad guys. The fact that we're getting Rhino on one of these is exciting for me because I can't wait to see Rhino in the set. Rhino is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. And then, of course, the last one, old Gobby. Boom. There you go. A close-up look at the dice and tokens here. I did promise you the dice. Let me put these out here on the spinner. Make sure that you get a look at them. Yeah, you can see Spider-Man jumping there. He's in a really classic pose. So that's your 6. With Spider-Man leaping, that is your 6. So that's the Dice and Tokens pack for today. And that is our video for day 1 of the brand new unboxing series for Marvel HeroClix's new set, Spider-Man Beyond Amazing. Once again, the set is set for pre-release. The set is set, redundancy, for pre-release on March the 15th, with March the 29th the target date for the set to release. If there's any changes, the place you're going to find that is at your local gaming store or comic book shop. Make sure you reach out to them and see when they're going to be holding events and see how you can support and buy your product through these brick and mortar stores. They have been the lifeblood of our community for so long, and they deserve our business. I really firmly believe that. So thank you to all those stores. Check in, see when the pre-releases are happening, see when you can get these stuff in your hand. I'm liking the set so far. There's a lot of versatility in a lot of these figures. I love that Kingpin figure. I love the dual dials, so I hope we see a little bit more of that. I love you're getting a couple of different variances of the character on one dial, which is really cool. So we have some variety of how to play these characters that we know and we love. That being said, that's going to wrap up today's video. Got to say thank you to WizKids for sending me everything today, and being able to share this with all of you. I got to say thank you guys for watching, and of course got to say thank you to Hyper RPG Studios for allowing us to use their facilities once again and adding all these bells and whistles. Woo! Tell me in the comments below what you're really hoping for. What is your biggest hope to have in this set? And hopefully over the next 4 days we will find some of those characters and some of those figures in Spider-Man Beyond Amazing. I will see you guys tomorrow, but until I do, I hope your rolls are all critical hits. Take it easy.